Hello, I'm Tracy with MeatRx. I'm here today with another Success Story podcast. Today we have our dear friend Bronson. Hi, Bronson.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. We're going to find out all about your story. First of all, I just kind of want to give a little introduction. Bronson was introduced to the carnivore lifestyle about 3 years ago and has never looked back. Now he's the same weight he was 30 years ago when he got out of basic training. He no longer has stomach issues and is living a life of freedom he never would have dreamed of 10 years ago. Bronson's message is fitness is the expression of your freedom through physical ability. Your freedom is your choice. So can you begin by telling us your story? What was life like before you came to Carnivore?
Life was stressful before. So we talked about, in the intro, you talked about I no longer have stomach issues. I was the guy who couldn't go anywhere in my car, for a walk, a hike, go on a train, go on a boat, go on a bus without having some kind of toilet paper, paper towels, tissues, something, because I never knew. And I always had to make sure that wherever we were going, there was a bathroom somewhere in the area, because I never knew when something was going to happen, when I needed to go urgently. Whether it literally on the side of the highway, it didn't make a difference. Something would happen and just like, whoop, I got to go. So no, that is a really stressful way to live your life, to know that at any point in time, whatever you're in the middle of has to stop. To try to go to the bathroom 3 or 4 times before you leave the house, just in case, something's there. I didn't realize until I didn't have to deal with it, how much it was just taking over my whole life. Like, it's crazy how we get used to things and we just think that's normal, when it's really not. And then you get rid of it and you're like, holy crap, I'm so much more free. I love my life now. This is great. So it was stressful. Not only did I deal with that, but I was about 40 pounds overweight. I did not handle stress very well. I was tired all the time, just lethargic in just my lifestyle. And I didn't really, it kind of was a circular process of just the worse I felt, the less I felt like I wanted to do anything. So it was really hard to kind of get out of that cycle.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what was your diet like? What kind of foods were you eating back then?
Oh my gosh. So there's the standard American diet, and then there's what Bronson was eating, which probably, was worse. So at the time, I went through a bunch of phases. So at the time I found Carnivore, I was actually doing better than earlier in my life. I was married at the time, and my wife was a nutritionist. She was a 21-day sugar detox coach. And we pretty much were kind of low-ish carb. From there, let's just go backwards. So before that, what my diet was and where I got most of the issues that I had was getting up in the morning and go to Dunkin' Donuts, get a couple egg and sausage sandwiches, have one, maybe 2 Boston cream donuts, and a cup of coffee with cream and sugar. Then lunchtime would be at like a Red Robin, get a chili cheeseburger with a bunch of French fries. And then dinner was usually either pizza or Thai food with a bunch of spring rolls, that kind of stuff. So that was literally, I would have that almost every day. And then I met her and she kind of said, that's not happening anymore. So my progression of nutrition was a gradual going from really bad to more like a whole foods paleo, to less processed food, less carbs, less sugar. And then I was introduced to carnivore, and that's where things really changed. So even doing the lower carb whole foods approach, I still had stomach issues. I still had things that I was dealing with, and I couldn't figure. I'm like, I'm eating healthy. I don't understand why I still deal with this stuff. I was lactose intolerant. I set all kinds of these issues. Within months of going carnivore, that stuff kind of just disappeared. And I went from never knowing when I would have to go to the bathroom to going to the bathroom once a day, once every other day, and not having an issue. And I knew exactly when it was coming. And if I was in a situation, this is the thing that blew my mind. If I was in a situation where there wasn't a bathroom, I would have a panic attack. in the past. Now, if I'm in a situation and there's no bathroom and I have to go to the bathroom, I can hold it. It's like, oh my gosh, I've got control of my body again. This is crazy. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Wow. Okay. So the foods were pretty bad then, huh?
They were very bad. They were very bad.
How did you
Yes.
find out about the carnivore diet?
It was Dr. Baker's podcast with Joe Rogan. My wife came home one day, and she's like, "Hey, I heard about this thing. Maybe you should try it. It could be like an elimination diet, and maybe we can see what's going on with your stomach." And I was like, what? It's like, yeah, just eat meat. And I'm like, what do you mean just eat meat? So I listened to some of the podcasts, and then I was like, I guess it can't hurt to try it. So whatever meat we had, I didn't even go shopping. Whatever meat we had in the house, I ate that till it was gone for the next few days. And then I went shopping, and I haven't looked back. Like it wasn't even a gradual, let me kind of taper off to it. I just kind of said, let's do it. And here's the thing. I never liked really vegetables in the first place. I only got to like some vegetables because of my relationship with her, because she was into them. So I learned how to like Brussels sprouts. I learned how to like certain other veggies and squashes and all this kind of stuff. But I never would have eaten that stuff before. So for me, and I know this may not be for everyone, for me, just eating meat is like perfect. Like I love it. I never get tired of it. There's so many different ways to cook beef. There's so many different ways to cook eggs, and you can never go wrong with bacon. So,
True. I totally agree. So, did you notice any like improvements immediately? And did you have any transitional issues?
I think for my keto flu period wasn't that bad because I was already very low carb, very low sugar. So there might have been a couple of days where I just kind of felt out of it, but it wasn't crazy. Nothing that really sticks out. For me, it was more on the athletic side of things. So at the time, I owned a CrossFit gym. I was regular in the fitness world, and I still am. And it took me a few months to get to the point where my performance in the gym was better than when I started. So it went down for a little bit. And I tell people there's two phases of adaptation, particularly if you're very active. There's the everyday, day-to-day, just go about your life adaptation. And then there's the performance level of adaptation, which takes a little bit longer because it's just a higher level of performance. Once that kicked in and my body started going, hey, this is really cool. You can work out more. You don't have that soreness. You don't have that inflammation. I've got the fuel that I need. Like all this stuff started kicking in. I got stronger. I put on muscle. I lost body fat. My conditioning improved. Like everything got better. It was amazing. And still is. Like I'm 48 years old now. I am at the waist size and body weight I was when I got out of basic training at 18. I'm in better shape than I was. I can do more things than I was when I was 18. So I'm in better shape now, literally at 48 than I was 30 years ago.
Wow, that's great. That's a really good success. Mm-hmm. So, and you got most of that on carnivore, mm-hmm. but you did kind of gradually get better.
Yeah. And well, the jump was, so it was like improvement over a period of a couple of years. So I started CrossFit. I found CrossFit when I was just turning 30. So it was at 39 when I found CrossFit, and I started doing that. And that was a big step forward for me from a fitness perspective, getting my body moving again. It was around that time as well that that time in my life when I was coming up to the big 4-0 is kind of when these changes in my mind started happening. The first thing I did on the nutrition side, which was literally the hardest. In many cases, the first thing you do is the hardest thing you do. The first thing I did on nutrition was stop eating French fries. That took me a year to figure out, to just be able to be strong enough and have the willpower to not eat French fries when they were in front of me. To do things to not put myself in a situation like order a burger and say no fries. Like I was mortified in not being able to eat fries or watch someone else eat French fries. It was really, really bad. And so taking that step was step number one. I found CrossFit, and then the nutrition stuff gradually happened. But there was a jump. It was like going from second gear to like 10th gear with carnivore. Like the jump of the improvement and how I felt, my ability to work out almost doubled. So I was working out 2 to 3 days a week and feeling like utter crap most of the time, to now I can work out 5 or 6 days a week and I feel amazing every single day. I don't get up in the morning and have aches and pains. I don't get super muscle soreness when I do stuff. Like, it's just, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. When your body's working well, you feel well. Go figure.
Right, right. That's yeah, that's wonderful. So you can't exercise a bad diet away.
Nope.
No.
No.
Do you have other members of your family that are doing carnivore, or do you have?
Yep. My mom and my brother are both doing it. They kind of saw what I was doing, and my mom wanted to do it because she was wondering if it would help with her osteoporosis. She had osteopenia at the time. I don't remember if she actually crossed into osteoporosis. I think she did for a short period of time, but she's been able to reverse that. So she increased her bone density over time. And that's through a combination of I was her personal trainer for a while. When I owned the CrossFit gym, she was a member at the gym. So she worked out and did CrossFit. She's 66 years old. It's amazing to see. We have a couple of videos, like, we like to work out together. So us doing burpees together, us lifting weights together and stuff is really cool. And then she started carnivore. She's carnivore probably going on 2 years now. And again, she's having a blast with it as well. It's really cool to be able to share that experience of when I go over now. So I'm going over for Christmas. So her and my brother are doing carnivore. So I know there's going to be, I never have to go into a family situation and wonder if there's going to be food for me to eat.
Yeah, right. Like pies and cookies and all that.
Yeah, right. So it's we know there's going to be some beef, some turkey, some ham, some eggs, right? She makes really good deviled eggs. Love them.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome. So where can people get in contact with you?
I'm on Instagram at Bronson Dant72, all together, no spacing or anything. My website is apxts.com, and I have a YouTube channel at the Apex Training System. If you look at me up there, I got a bunch of exercise stuff, some rants. I like to rant. I get on video. I get on my phone and start talking about stuff. But hopefully some information on health and fitness that might help somebody.
Awesome. Okay, so you're a coach. I see that on your shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have much success at getting people to eat right?
I do. So my coaching is primarily on health and fitness. Like, I try to focus more on the fitness aspect because I feel like there's so many people out there doing nutrition, particularly in the carnivore space. I do promote and talk about a carnivore, way of eating. My focus though is on helping people understand how to incorporate fitness concepts into their routine. There's a lot of exercise science stuff out there. There's a lot of people talking about how to use nutrition to help your fitness, but not actually, like, how does somebody actually work out and how do you get in shape? That's where my focus is. So in that arena, I actually run a subscription-based app that people can download, and they get workouts sent directly to their phone. I'm the coach in that system, in that program. So there's a community aspect of it. You can talk, chat, post videos, post pictures. I can answer, respond to questions and things like that. So that's kind of where my focus is right now. Trying to get people to be able to do stuff at home and not feel like they have no option.
Yeah, that sounds really good. There's so many people that really need that right now with gyms closed and everything. Yep. And it's, what a great option. And you don't have to be a young person to do these kinds of work.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Mom, so.
Yeah, my mom is, so I sold the gym in September, and then COVID and everything happened. So we've built a gym for her in her basement, and she subscribes to the app and she does the workouts, every day. And it's cool to see her post about, hey, I used this weight, I did this, I did that, whatever. People go in there, give her a thumbs up and like, you're awesome, Claire. And it's really cool to see her engage that way.
Wow, that sounds great. Yeah, I wonder, I'm older, I have higher blood pressure sometimes, but the carnivore is helping that. But yeah, I was wondering, how much exercise a person can do as they get into their 60s or 70s.
Yeah, there is no reason to reduce your intent or the exercise you're doing other than you don't want to go more than your body can handle. So you figure that out by doing it. So do something, see how you feel. Do I feel okay? I feel okay. I can do that again. can I go a little bit more? Can I do this exercise? Can I go longer? Like, you've got to play around with it, but in order to do that, you have to do something. So, and I'm sure that you, and I know plenty of other people kind of get into that paralysis by analysis. Is this something I should do? What should I do? How should I do it? So they don't do anything at all. And I highly recommend just do something. If that works and you don't feel bad afterwards, okay, great. Do something a little bit more next time and kind of keep building till you find where that limit is.
Yeah, that sounds good. I walk. That's my main exercise. I do 10,000 steps a day. And
there you go.
But I do lift weights some too, but.
Yeah, no, lifting weights is, I think moving weight is probably the biggest thing that anybody can do to improve their overall health, because muscle helps fix everything. The more muscle you have, the more everything works better. So whatever you can do to build muscle in all the different parts of your body, the healthier you're going to be.
Wow, of course. Sure. Eat meat and you get more muscle.
Eat meat and lift weights. That's right.
Yeah.
That's my new t-shirt. Eat meat and lift weights.
There you go. There you go. Well, thank you so much, Bronson, for sharing your success story. It sounds like you had an incredible success. I know that'll help a lot of people to listen.
It's been amazing. Absolutely. I hope it does.
Yeah. And I hope to be seeing you again soon around the carnivore community.
Absolutely. Take it easy. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.